so I'm here with the lovely Sephora. I am going to be doing a look on her. It's going to be very 60s inspired, and I guess you'll just have to keep looking. Okay, so I've prepped the skin already, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to even out the tone on the lid. So just using your finger just to press the product in. It not only presses it in, but it also removes any excess. I'm starting off with the eyes first because I want to sharpen up the edges afterwards, and it's better I do that with a clean base rather than a completely finished one. Otherwise I'll just have to go in and fix it anyway. So save yourself some time and just do the eyes first and then do the skin fresh afterwards. Now going in with the white just on the inner, just to really brighten it up. Really pressing the white in. I don't want the white to be pigmented, I just want it there just to brighten up the area. I'm going to sculpt the eyes after I've done the liner, just because I want to see where I put the liner first. I'm going to go in with a brown pencil, and I'm really going to go very, very close to the lash line. Then using a small shader brush, I'm going to drag that out whilst it's still setting. Drag it out to create the wing. Just smudge it across the whole line. Now I'm going to start building up on that. So I'm going back in with the brown where I've sketched out my wing, and I'm going to smudge it in. I'm going to do a smudged wing for this look because that's what I want to go for. If you wanted to then trace over that with a liquid pen, so it's a sharp wing, you can do that as well. Going in with a gel and just intensifying the brown, so I'm merging the black in with the brown, and then I go straight in with the shader brush and blend that in. When you're doing eyeliner, open your eyes and you see this little corner here, just make sure that you get right in and connect that. Now using a cool tone brown, I'm going in and I'm smudging and smoking that line out now. Now as you can see, using that slight warm tone just dulled the eyeliner, so I'm going to go back in with the brown and smudge that back in again. Now I'm going in with a black eyeshadow just to smudge it all together. I'm just going to do a light tidy up of the wing using a fine point cotton bud. This is from Micallef. And just put a little bit of moisturizer on that and just sharpening that angle up a little bit. Now I've done the eyeliner, I'm going to start going in and defining the crease. I'm going to go in with a very, very cool sort of neutral toned brown, but it's sort of a mid-tone. It's not too light, it's not too dark. I'm going to get you to look down for me. Do this with the eyes slightly open still, rather than it being closed. And lightly with a pencil brush, just sketch. Now going in with a concealer, really barely anything on the brush, and just enhancing the lid and sort of cutting into the crease. So the brush isn't wet, it's just damp with the concealer, and just using that to sharpen up the area. I'm only doing this in this small semicircle here. If I go further in, I will buff it back out. I'm just making sure that it's super defined in this little dip here, and then it blends out and softens. Now I'm going to go with a fine point brush with a dark brown. Just going to lightly intensify that edge, just to find that even more. A very small amount of product. Just going in with a light eyeshadow and just setting that concealer in place. It's almost like a slight off-white, this shade. So now I've just put on 2 sets of lashes, but I've cut them up into clusters so they look like they're a real load of individual lashes instead, just to really add that heavy lash that they always loved in the 60s. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sharpen up underneath, just so that line is really, really defined. I can't even see it because the lashes are in the way. I'm going to lift. Now I'm going to just go on and finish up the rest of the skin, and I'll be back. So I just did the skin. I put a little bit of a cream pink blush on the cheeks, bronzed up the sides a little bit. No highlight. I haven't decided whether I want to put highlighter on yet, and so this is where I am so far. I think I'm going to add some freckles, but again, I will see where I go from there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start defining underneath the eyes. I'm going to use the same brown shade that I used on the lid underneath. Look up for me. I'm just going to lightly bounce that in. I'm not going all the way across, I'm leaving a little gap here. A lot of trends nowadays are designed to elongate the eye out. The 60s was very much about rounding things off. Now I'm kind of taking inspiration from the 60s cut crease, close your eyes. So from the shapes, but I'm modernizing it by winging out slightly. Open your eyes. But with underneath the eyes, I'm going to keep it quite traditionally 60s by keeping everything in rather than elongated out. Excuse the background noise. The whole of Malta has decided to literally turn into an alarm clock. I'm going to now line the waterline with a yellowy sort of, well, yeah, a pastel yellow. Cut for me. I prefer using off-whites rather than whites for this, just because I think it looks a little less garish. So yeah, it's like a yellow, an off-white yellow. And I just go in with mascara and really define those bottom lashes. So I just finished it off with some freckles, and I just added a nude lip, which is very basically darker on the outers and lighter on the in. I might just lightly buff that out. Using a pencil brush, I'm just going to lightly soften the edge of the lip. I've done a darker lip line. Now that I've applied it, I'm going to go in and just soften the edge. Can you see the difference between the two sides? This is softened and that's still unblended. And that's the finished look.